Imagine you're floating on a rickety boat in the Mekong Delta, surrounded by muddy water and palm trees, with the sun dipping low and your stomach full of fish you caught yourself. How did you even end up here? That's where this story kicks off, and we're about to rewind through Vietnam, from the sweaty south in Ho Chi Minh City all the way up to the chaotic streets of Hanoi. Stick with me, because this reverse travel guide is going to spill all the crazy details, plus some hacks to save cash and not lose your mind. This channel's all about flipping the usual travel stuff upside down. We don't just show you pretty pictures, we dig into the real, messy adventures you can have without breaking the bank. I've bounced around tons of countries, and Vietnam's one of my latest. This video's a reverse travel guide, so we're starting at the end of my trip and working back to the beginning. It's not your typical, here's a nice temple deal. It's the raw scoop on how I went from rice paddies to motorbike madness, all on a budget. Let's jump in. I'm on this little wooden boat in the Mekong Delta, my last day in Vietnam. The water's brown and slow, lined with green palm trees that look like they're just chilling. I'm with this guy named Tuan, a local who's been steering us around all day. We've got this net out, and he's showing me how to pull up these tiny fish. Kinda slimy, but we fry them up right there on the boat with some rice and chili sauce. It's hot, like 90 degrees, and I'm sweating through my shirt, but the breeze off the water makes it bearable. The sun's setting, turning everything orange, and I'm thinking, this is it. This is the end of the wildest trip yet. How'd I land in this quiet, watery maze? Rewind a couple days. I'm still in the Delta, but now I'm in Can Tho. It's this busy little city where the river's the star. I'd gotten there by bus from Ho Chi Minh City, cheap, like $5, and checked into this guest house for maybe $10 a night. My last day in Can Tho, I'm at Kai Rang Floating Market. It's nuts, boats everywhere, piled with pineapples, watermelons, and stuff I don't even recognize. People are yelling, trading, splashing around. I buy a coffee from this lady rowing up next to me. Strong, sweet, and iced. Perfect for the heat. That's my send-off, but let's go back a bit. Before that, I'd been wandering Can Tho. The streets are narrow, lined with food stalls selling banh mi, those crunchy sandwiches with pork and veggies, for like $1. I took a bike ride out to these rice fields, just endless green with water buffalo slogging through the mud. One night, I'm at this riverside spot eating bun cha ka, fish noodle soup, and watching boats drift by. It's chill, but it started with me hopping off that bus, dodging scooters, and figuring out where to crash. Now let's back up to Ho Chi Minh City, Saigon, as the locals still call it. I'd rolled in there from Da Lat, but we'll get to that. My last day in HCMC, I'm at Ben Thanh Market. It's packed, stalls overflowing with clothes, spices, and pho bowls steaming up the air. I grabbed some spring rolls for a couple bucks, crispy and stuffed with shrimp, and dodge vendors trying to sell me fake sunglasses. The city's loud, motorbikes honking, people shouting, and I'm sweaty but buzzing. That's my goodbye to Saigon, but let's rewind. I'd spent days in HCMC just soaking it in. The War Remnants Museum hit hard. Tanks, photos, stories that make you stop and think. I stayed in this hostel in District 1 for $8 a night, fans spinning like crazy to keep the heat at bay. One day, I'm on this rooftop bar sipping a Saigon beer, cheap, like $2, and watching the skyline light up. Another time, I'm slurping pho at this hole-in-the-wall spot, broth so good I almost cried. It all started with me stumbling off that bus from Da Lat, jet-lagged and overwhelmed by the scooter swarm. Before HCMC, I was in Da Lat. It's up in the mountains, cooler than the sweaty lowlands. My last day there, I'm at this lake called Xuan Huang, eating a banh xeo, this crispy pancake with pork and bean sprouts, for like $3. The air's fresh, pine trees everywhere, and I'm just chilling after days of running around. I'd been crashing at this guest house for $12 a night, super cozy with a view of the hills. That's my farewell, but let's go back. Dalat was a vibe. I rented a scooter, $5 a day, and zipped out to the Valley of Love. Sounds cheesy, but it's just green hills and flowers, super peaceful. I hit up this waterfall called Pongor, water crashing down into this misty pool. Gorgeous. One night, I'm at the night market, scarfing down grilled corn and haggling for a scarf I didn't need. It kicked off with me getting there by bus from Mui Ne, still sandy and wired from the coast. Rewind to Mui Ne. It's this beach town with dunes that look like a desert. My last day, I'm on this red sand dune, sliding down on a plastic sheet like a kid. $1 to rent it. The sun's brutal, but the ocean's right there, warm and blue. I'd been staying in this bungalow for $10 a night, steps from the water. That's my send-off, but let's backtrack. Mui Ne was chill. I ate seafood every day. Grilled squid, clams with garlic, all under $5. I rode that scooter along the coast, wind in my face, stopping at this fishing village where boats bobbed like toys. First day, I got there by bus from Hoi An, sandy and salty, ready for the beach after all the old town vibes. Before Mui Ne, I was in Hoi An. Picture lanterns glowing over ancient streets. My last day, I'm eating sao lao, noodles with pork and crispy bits, for $2, sitting by the river. I'd been at this homestay for $15 a night, bike included. The town's quiet at night, just lanterns and soft chatter. That's my goodbye, but rewind. Hoi An was magic. I biked to Nbang Beach, swam in warm water, and ate banh mi from a cart. The old town's yellow buildings and tailor shops sucked me in. I got a shirt made for $20. First day, I rolled in from Hue, still buzzing from palaces and history. Back to Hue. It's all about the old imperial stuff. My last day, I'm on a boat on the Perfume River, eating Bun Bo Hue, spicy beef noodles, for $3. I'd stayed in a hostel for $9, close to the Citadel. That's my exit, but let's go earlier. Hua was heavy. The Citadel's huge, walls, gates, cannons, and I walked it for hours. I took a scooter out to this tomb, surrounded by rice fields, quiet and eerie. First day, I got there by train from Hanoi, still reeling from the capital's chaos. And now, Hanoi, the start. My last day there, I'm at Hoan Kiem Lake, eating cha ka, grilled fish with dill, for $4. The city's nuts, scooters everywhere, horns blaring. I'd been at this hostel for $7 a night, right in the old quarter. That's my farewell, but let's rewind to day one. I landed in Hanoi off a flight, tired but pumped. First thing, I'm lost in the old quarter, dodging bikes and eating pho for $1. I hit the Temple of Literature, old and calm, then drank egg coffee, sweet and weird, but good. Nights were beer on Tahian Street, 50 cents a glass, laughing with random backpackers. That's where it all began, the spark that took me south. Here's the big moment, the climax. It's gotta be in Hoi An. I'm biking through rice fields at sunset, lanterns starting to glow in the distance, and it hits me. This is Vietnam. After Hanoi's madness, Hue's history, Mui Ne's dunes, Dalat's hills, and Saigon's rush, Hoi An ties it together, quiet beauty after all the noise. It's not just pretty, it's the feeling of I made it through this crazy trip, and it's worth every sweaty bus ride. So, wrapping this up, Vietnam was a blast. I started in Hanoi, wide-eyed and clueless, and ended in the Delta, calm and full of stories. It was cheap, under $1,000 for weeks, sleeping in hostels, eating street food, taking buses. I got lost, sunburned, and chased by a duck once, true story. But I saw insane stuff, lantern-lit rivers, dunes, jungles. Rewinding it shows how every stop built up to that Delta boat. from chaos to peace. You don't need much, just a backpack and some guts. If you liked this, subscribe. I've got more crazy trips to share.